Back on the Nation at 5 with news just coming in, and I'm right here at our assignment desk, or the input desk as we call it, and this is what we've opened, ladies and gentlemen. This is a letter that's been written. This is a fight over naming of the hostel. Savarkar or Shahu Maharaj, that's the fight. And this is where the letter's been written to the Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, by the NSUI, National Students Union of India. And NSUI Mumbai, I said, condemns and objects to your recommendation to name the new international student hostel facility at Mumbai University's Kalina campus after Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Savarkar is mythologized in popular imagination as Veer Savarkar. He is not only refrained from participating in the freedom struggle after the British released him from prison on account of his relentless pleas for mercy, but also actively supported English rulers to whom he has declared his loyalty. So this is clearly the Congress narrative, contrary to what the Shiv Sena and the BJP and the RSS believe. Now, NSUI Mumbai strongly urges that a new international hostel facility should only be named after an eminent personality who's contributed to the welfare of students' fraternity, irrespective of religion, caste or creed. And the new facility should be honored with the name of Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj, a firm believer in the dictum that administration is for the welfare of the people. Many eminently practical steps which he took to improve a lot of people privileged under the and the weak. So that's the input that has come through right now. As I was reading that letter, ladies and gentlemen, clearly the fight is now brewing. What will the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray faction, still part of the Aghadi, do? Will they back this claim that's been mounted by the Congress and the NCP, or will they back the Eknath Shinde BJP group and go back to what the Shiv Sena has already ideologically believed? As Veer Savarkar, one of the ideological roots of the Shiv Sena under Balasaheb Thackeray. Herman now joins us with more details. Herman, has there been a response from the Governor's office so far to the objections raised by the Congress, NCP and now the NSUI?
Well, Anand, what I can tell you is that the Governor's office has definitely confirmed that they've received such sort of a letter. But what is going to be the response of the Governor of Maharashtra is yet to be known. But as you were rightly pointing out, as far as the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena faction is concerned, it's more of a catch-22 situation. Because on one hand, we do know, from late Balasaheb Thackeray to even Uddhav Thackeray in the present, they have never shied away from, heavy praises for late Veer Savarkar. But in this sort of situation, you have NSUI stating that you have Shahuji Maharaj, who should, the entire, this particular portion of the university should be named after, who also hails from Maharashtra. And if one looks at the letter, he says, and I quote,
right.
In Maharashtra, he pioneered free education and set up a chain of hostels where the children of the poor would be housed free of charge, unquote. So in this sort of situation, which side does Uddhav Thackeray go? That is something that remains to be seen. And it's, Anand, I can tell you, it's a developing story beginning now with this letter. And in fact, in the next few days, you can expect student groups to be protesting.
Well, the point is that this is also an ideological fight, because the Congress has always worked towards vilifying and villainizing Savarkar and rejecting Veer Savarkar, which is contrary to what the RSS, BJP and the Shiv Sena have done, who have eulogized him and who have hailed him as one of the foremost, and of course also as a visionary. Now, we have Tuhin Sinha, author, a researcher, and also BJP spokesperson with us. Tuhin, this is what the NSUI has written, and I'm reading that portion which when they object to Savarkar, saying Mr. Savarkar is mythologized in popular imagination as Veer Savarkar. He not only refrained from participating in the freedom struggle after the British released him from prison on account of his relentless pleas for mercy, but also actively supported the English rulers to whom he had declared his loyalty. At a time when Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was raising his Indian National Army to confront the British in India, Savarkar helped the colonial government recruit lakhs of Indians into armed forces. So this is what they are saying, that he destabilized the freedom movement by pushing his communal ideology, which deepened the communal divide. Clearly contrary to what Vikram Sampath in his commentary, exhaustive commentary, writes and details.
Anand,
contrary to what Uday Mahurkar, the Information Commissioner, in his book also writes.
Very shocking, but NSUI, just like their leader, Rahul Gandhi, has a pathological hatred for facts. It has a pathological hatred for the real icons of the country, and they only want to glorify those who were obedient towards Nehru. It is very sad that after all the research material brought out by Uday Mahurkar, Vikram Sampath and several other authors, they continue to spread falsehood and canards about Savarkar Until some time back, while I would be waiting to see what Uddhav Thackeray says on this, but till some time back, we enjoyed even the support of the Uddhav faction of Shiv Sena on this issue, which was very shocking.
Foremost, most detailed by Dhananjay Gir. That was the first book, and all three of them highlight different, all three authors. And I have Faisal Sheikh with me of the NSUI State Vice President with us. So the NSUI, Faisal, writing a letter clearly objecting to the international hostel facility being named named after Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. You have once again echoed the same thoughts as the Congress and the NCP that it should be named after Chhatrapati Shahuji